Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Hi, Daniel.
Welcome. Hi, David.
Welcome.
Welcome to CrossPod.
Wordcast. Welcome everyone who's listening and watching live.
Yeah, it's a crossword puzzle podcast. We solve the crossword puzzle. The New York Times crossword puzzle. We solve it every week, pretty much.
Yeah, we've been doing Thursdays.
Yeah. The Thursday puzzle. It's a
And-
fun puzz.
It's a fun puzz.
It's a way fun puzz. It usually has a theme, which is fun. I was glad we stuck to the Sunday puzzle for a really long time because, at least in my mind, we were doing it because it was so fun because it always had a theme, and the theme was always a somewhat robust one, you know?
Yeah, the theme is always a nice kind of thread to a needle to thread through the story of the puzzle. Though
Yeah.
I think the reason why Fridays and Saturdays tend not to have the theme is because it makes them harder. I think the theme helps you, ultimately it helps you solve because there's a pattern that you can repeat.
Yeah, it's a help, to be sure. It's a
A debut
we've just
puzzle
been
we should talk
informed.
about with
Yeah.
with this constructor, Derek Angell. Derek J. Angell is the author of this puzzle, and the first time.
Don't tell us if there's a theme yet, Sam.
We're doing it on the app. You can get the New York Times crossword puzzle app, and it just keeps track of your record. You know, it keeps track of your average time. It's a great
Mhm.
app. It's a great app to support, I think.
So should we jump into this at the same time, or David, do we have any housekeeping want to take care of
Well, there's
first?
always housekeeping. People, we should take a moment briefly and thank Salton Studios for operating the space that we're in here.
We've got producer
uh,
Sam on the board and in our ears tonight.
Yes, indeed, very very useful companion on these projects here.
Indeed. And we're doing a home studio record tonight, but we like to record out of Salton Studios in South Salt Lake City. So just look them up, look into them, subscribe to them on YouTube, all kinds of cool stuff. We're still there tonight. Next week will be hopefully maybe if YouTube will verify us at CrossPod Wordcast.
Yeah, who do we have to talk to get that to happen?
I don't know. We'll probably have to go to court, file some lawsuits.
So yeah, the other business we have is we have our email addresses and our social media, our single email address and our social media platforms. People can come find us, follow us, like our content, because it helps other people who are fans like it too.
Mhm.
And we can be reached at crosspodwordcast@gmail.com.
Indeed. Send
We
us.
have no guest today,
We don't. It's just the two of us with producer Sam.
but we welcome guests. If someone's out there who thinks that they would be, that they're like, they love the puzzle. They love.
You love to solve. You live to solve.
You live to solve live.
We live to solve live.
We do live to solve live. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're going to do that now because the puzzle approaches and we just have to start and take a look and see how we do.
All right. Well, let's jump in on 1, 2, 3.
Actually, I'm going to tweet one more time before I do. And then I'm
Too
going to.
late.
I spelled the link wrong on the first.
Oh,
post.
that's the worst. Well, you fixed that. Well, I bet tell us a little bit about Derek Angell here.
Oh, please do.
Unfortunately, the app doesn't tell me anything about that. So I'm going to need Sam to chime in with that special knowledge. Is there anything?
Well, maybe we don't. There might be something spoiling that he doesn't have to
Oh, he
tell.
doesn't
We
have it,
can look
so.
at that after. Maybe we
Sure.
we look at the shape of the grid. I think there's something worth noting about the shape of the grid. There's this pattern that has like
It's like a
inverted commas kind of.
Yeah, it could almost look like a sort of like stand-in for like a thread, like a spiral, in a way, like a 3D spiral.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like a jetty.
So
Spiral jetty, maybe. So we can investigate. Maybe that there will be a theme here that can help us move along.
Perchance.
It is a little odd to start the with one across and have it be after a black square is filled in the corners here, so it's the second.
Yeah, that's kind of a rarity, but fun.
Feels a little weird. Okay, so it's 5 letters long, one across.
Ignorance, perhaps. Think that's bliss, David?
I do think that's bliss. Yeah, I'm going to put that in.
As old Joey Pants said in The Matrix.
Yeah, give me, Mr. Reagan, right? That's his name. Give me this meat tastes like meat, but I know it's not meat.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you say every time you eat an Impossible burger now.
Which ends up being more than you would think. I eat Impossible burger. It's impossible to eat as many as I've been eating.
Well, I believe in you.
And now what we do, we have
down.
letters. So one down gives us B and then 4 blanks.
Round things.
With a question mark there. It's a pun.
Yeah,
there, right?
round things.
Round things.
Balls. I mean, is that two on the nose?
I think that's 2 on the nose. Like the second meaning would be like the verb, like maybe to round numbers up or something.
Sure.
Or round something else kind of off.
Sure.
Off
Let's
center.
two down.
Yeah.
L blank 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 blank.
And that clue is baby bug.
Baby bug larva.
Baby bug, a baby insect, right? A larva.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's a little clever little one.
Yeah.
Now 3 down is I blank blank blank.
The clue is, in quotes, understood, man. Understood, comma, man. Like something you would say.
You would say to like if you're being hip, you would say maybe like I dig.
I dig. Yeah, you're right.
Do you talk like that, Daniel? Do you say that kind of stuff?
Not too much of a. I mean, yeah, I dig things. Sure, yeah. I could dig a thing. You dig a thing? I dig.
Yeah, I might.
Okay. Well, let's 12 across. Blank blank 80 blank blank.
Excuse me, I kind of was stuck on 4 down for a second. Yeah, the 12 across, like you say, file accompanying many a download.
What kind of files are accompanying your downloads, David?
Files that accompany mine, maybe like a TXT file.
Oh, you deal with TXT files? I would say JPEG.
Think of it.
Seem like they're the most.
But JPEG is the thing you're getting, but then there's like an accompanying file, right?
Oh, like Sam would know this. Just whisper into our ear, Sam.
Load a reader.
Oh, a reader.
There's sometimes like a manual or a README.
README. There we go.
Oh, Engineer Sam with the win.
Okay. Back
for the win.
Back down to 1 down. Round things. BE blank blank blank. Round things. Bells. Bends. Round the bend.
Well, you think it's going to be an S at the end of 1 down? We could look at 21 across and see if it's blank SA.
Right. The clue is MAD, MADD capitalized. MAD add, for example, in brief.
Okay. So that's a PSA.
Yeah. MAD being the
Mothers Against
Drunk Drivers.
Dyslexia.
Drunk dyslexia.
Damn.
Yeah. Okay. 12 down.
So yeah, we have. Is it PSA? You like that?
Yeah, for sure.
So that kind of confirms 1 down's a plural there. So you like 12 down now. That's R blank blank P. Right,
and the clue there is ADA compliance option.
That would be a ramp.
Indeed.
You got to have ADA, meaning Americans with Disabilities Act.
Not to be confused.
Okay, we've got something weird here with.
Association.
No. That is something too. 18 across looks weird, right?
Well, it does, but then where the puzzle went right when I finished 12 across was 13, or 12 down was 13 down, which is the center vertical answer of the puzzle.
Spine. It's the spine of this inverted butterfly.
Yeah, and it's what it's done is highlight itself and then highlight 6 other clues in the puzzle, including that one
Right.
you think is so odd, 12 or
Yes.
18 across, which is M blank V G blank 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 blank. So it is odd. So
Yeah,
13
and it
down.
touches into
Mhm.
13 down. Should we look at 13 down?
Yeah, let's do it.
It's 13 letters long.
Right. What you might cry when trying to answer the 6 starred clues.
The 6 starred clues. What you might cry. Okay, so
Mhm.
the 6 starred clues are 18 across, 20 across, 30 across, 41 across, 52 across, and 55 across. They have different lengths. They're not all the same length. Some are 5 letters long. Some are 8 letters long.
Yeah.
You know.
So let's go to 18 across because that's
because we have the most letters to go off of there, right? We have
Indeed.
M blank V G.
This is interesting though. Now, when I just select 18 across, it highlights that plus 13 down plus 55 across, which is in the opposite corner. I wonder what happens when I hit 30 across.
30
that
across.
Also references 55 across.
What about
yeah, they don't all reference each other, but some of them. Okay. Let's go back to 18.
The app is a really new experience. Like the crossword puzzle is mostly done on newspaper with
yeah. You wouldn't get these
classically
these hints,
and the experience is singular, and everybody who loves crossword puzzles enjoys doing that on paper there. But this does add a new quality to the experience of the puzzle to have it all linked together. And I have mine in dark mode. You can't tell because you see how dark. And I think dark mode is nice with the purple. It does purple, coloring instead of your yellow. I just love the stylings here. Well done, everybody there at the New York Times.
Thank you, everyone at the New York Times, for your service.
So again, where are we here? So you're saying that 18 across is related to 55 across. What we have is, again, M blank V G and then 4 blanks.
Indeed. And you know what, David, I just realized I forgot to have us record on Zoom. So I'm going to go ahead and record now.
Then I will too.
You do the same.
Yeah.
So M blank VG blank 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 blank. The clue
clue is creator. It's there's a star, an asterisk here because it's one of the 6, and it's creator of 55 across, which we haven't looked at yet.
No. And 55 across, the clue is
it debuted on January 6th, 1975.
So that could be it could
a
be
Broadway program or
we could be talking about any kind of artistic thing that could debut, and then the creator of that.
Yes,
but they all tie into this idea of what you might cry when trying to answer the 6-starred clues. What would you cry that has to do with composers or creators? Writers?
What I have a sense of what this is.
What do you think, David?
I feel like it's I don't know, I could be off, but I feel like it's related to Jeopardy. Like maybe Merv Griffin is in there somehow.
We did Merv Griffin.
We talked about Jeopardy last week with our guest JR and the passing of
Alex Trebek.
Beloved Alex Trebek, our community's kind of the I don't know, this amazing fact-based kind of figure, authority figure.
Yeah.
Anyway, and some suggestion that LeVar Burton might be who is it? LeVar Burton?
I think that's a suggestion that was made, at least. Yeah, I don't think that was one of ours.
No news on that. Well, should we proceed with the puzzle to see if Merv Griffin is anywhere near or Jeopardy it has anything to do with what's going on today?
Sure. Let's see what we can do.
Okay.
Where do you want to go?
J. Oh, good. We should see if J fits in this 55 across. It would be JEOPARDY. And I don't know what you say, like what you might cry when trying to answer the 6-starred clues. What you might cry. What do you say in Jeopardy? Like you don't say anything. Like Wheel of Fortune, you say I'll buy a vowel, or you. Yeah, well, you do have the form of a question. Yeah.
We have to keep in mind too that it's not going to have to do strictly with the games or game shows or something, because some of these answers are people. So
good.
Let's maybe just keep going, filling in around it and see, like Merv Griffin could be it. Let's look at 4 and 5 down.
Okay, great. That what we have there for 4 down is SM followed by 5 blanks.
And the clue is spruce up.
Up
being
in parentheses.
Parentheses. So smarten
SM.
up.
Smarten up?
You think so?
That's a little weird. Smarten up.
Spruce up. Smother up.
Smother. Let's look at 5 down. SE and then 4 blanks.
Shot that's within your reach.
Shot that's within your reach with a question mark. So
yeah.
So it's
like a shot like an injection that's within your reach, like
a camera shot or a basketball shot.
Yeah, but those are pretty straightforward. That's more of the first. All right, 15 across. A blank RI blank blank.
That clue is photo from a drone.
Photo from a drone. Hey,
Aerial.
Sam. I thought Sam might chime in on that one.
Sam, producer Sam, very much an aerial photographer. So,
but for all the insurance companies out there, he does not own a drone. He's never thought about owning a drone. Don't worry about it.
Oh.
5 down. SEL blank blank blank.
Yes, SEL blank blank blank. And it's that shot that's within your reach.
Oh, we already looked at this. You're right.
Yeah.
Selfie.
Nice work. Okay, so somehow Merv and Griffin are squeezed into it because the F's and the G's, it's all too much. And
so
Jeopardy
it could be a riff. Could it be like smarif, spruce up, smarif.
Should we look at 22 across?
Well, I'm going to think about one down, one second, real quick.
Down. Okay.
BEE blank S round things. So if Merv is right, then we need an ER in there. Beers. But no, it'd have to be
BER. That's a lot of E's. Merv. Beers. Are beers round things? Beer bellies.
Beer bellies.
Beer bellies. Beer kegs.
Beer guts.
Beer guts.
GUT. Mr. Okay, let's 22 across. How about that?
Okay, 22 across. What we've got there is a blank I and then 3 blanks.
Commercial ploy.
Commercial ploy.
Well, Sam, what do you got?
So you just do you do Merv Griffin without vowels, basically. Okay, Merv Griffin.
Can I buy a vowel?
Oh, you guys, can I buy a vowel? Okay, we're writing it down.
Rounds, because you buy a round of beers.
Buy a round of beers. Okay.
Nice.
A round of beers, my good man. Right? Like that's what you would say, my good man.
Indeed.
So
Sam,
Jeopardy's wrong. It's Wheel of Fortune.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And because Merv Griffin was so influential that he...
Yeah, because Wheel of Fortune without vowels is just WHLFFRTN. That's so funny.
There's a lot of vowels in Wheel of Fortune.
So do we think these other related ones are going to be...
I do.
TV shows as well. Merv Griffin did create
or related
a whole bunch of not
somehow
TV shows.
Related to it might be Pat Sajak and Vanna White or something like that.
It is interesting. 8 isn't 16 across one of them, or is that wrong?
16 across. Yeah, that's
no 20 across.
We got looking down at 20 across, 30 across, 41 across, and 52 across. So what is 20 across?
20 across is 6 blanks, and the clue is co-host of 55 across.
That's Vanna White.
Right. Is she the co-host? That's new, right? She wasn't always the co-host.
Yeah, well, she's always been she's never been the host. Like, I mean, maybe she's filled in for Pat Sajak a few times, but it's always been Pat Sajak as the host. Or maybe there was a host before him.
I don't know.
But it's got to be Vanna White.
We'll probably look up a little bit of Merv Griffin.
W. Oh wait. Oh, two N's. VNNWHT.
Okay.
So we have to imagine that Pat Sajak's going to be down here in 52 across, right?
Maybe.
Or no.
Or 30 across is 5 blanks.
Okay. A group of 6 given for free on 55 across. Group of 6 given for free. RSTLNE, but there's no E because there's no vowel.
Right.
RSTLN.
That's some deep insider knowledge right there. That's some inside baseball.
But it's also something that's repeated every Wheel of Fortune, and you hear it every so frequently that pattern is just like reinforced in your head. It's like almost melodic how they RSTLNE is like, it's like burned into my brain. Can the audience hear Sam Garfield? Okay.
41 across is another one. It's 5 letters. Co-host of 55 across. So that's got to be P T S J K.
I think so.
Yeah, because Sajak is just
spelled SEJAK.
SEJ? I would have said
SAJAK.
SAJAK. Yeah.
Okay. Should we? That feels good though, because we don't need to worry about the vowels. You know.
Yeah.
Well, what about 57 across? Or no,
52
across. The final of the 6 clues in the theme.
Bad place to land on 55 across.
Bankruptcy, right? Like
bankruptcy
or bankrupt or something. BNKTR. That might not be right.
RPT. BNKRPT.
KRPT. Bankrupt. Okay, that's pretty fun. So where do you want to build from here?
Wherever. I kind of think there's some really interesting ones, like 7 down ends with a V and 28 down ends with a J. So that's
okay. Well, let's work from 7 down up into that top right hand corner. 7 down is blank 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 V.
Love it or list it channel.
I don't know
HD that. Or something TV.
TV
it's like
HGTV.
HGTV.
That's it. Good work.
6 across blank H blank.
6 across. The clue there is 76ers on scoreboards.
Philadelphia?
Philadelphia.
PHI.
On scoreboards, right?
Yeah, on scoreboards.
The great 76ers, yeah.
30, now what, 13 across?
But C blank, G blank.
They turn on machines, excuse me. I didn't mean to say that.
They turn on machines.
Knobs,
there would be a
cogs.
Yeah, it's like you'd think there would be a question mark on that clue almost.
Yeah, you could get away with a question mark there.
Well, a True Clue game is available now here.
Time.
For 6 down, we have P-O blank. We haven't looked at the clue, but now we can guess a clue.
It could be slang for cannabis.
Pot.
Yeah.
Okay, that's true. It could be that. I think it could be. I'm trying to actually look at the letters and see what looks like it really would be.
Sure. Yeah.
And like a few are the obvious ones just aren't fitting with the across. So for me, I'm going to say it could be. I'm stuck. I just don't have anything that I like. Oh, okay, how about it could be this? DC local.
Oh, a poll.
Yeah, how's that?
Yeah, great. Love it.
POL would be the idea.
A poll,
okay, so should we look at the true clue for 6 down?
Yeah. Blank favor.
Poor favor.
Poor favor. Por favor.
Por favor. And actually, I thought it might be poor, but I couldn't think of a good clue for that.
Oh, no, no Spanish came to mind? It's too bad.
No, I couldn't pull it out of thin air for me right there. Like I didn't know which Spanish phrase to use in a context like an English crossword puzzle. You know.
Well, now that
is
gives us
is a pretty good one. Okay, what do we have?
ART blank 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 for 16 across.
The clue there: aesthetes collection, maybe.
Art, some things.
Artworks. I don't know. Should we look at 8 down? IS blank.
Yeah,
N
that definitely
blank?
makes some weird stuff like with all of those. Yeah, let's. I don't think that's right. 8 down. IS blank and blank.
Clue there: Amazon IDs. Those are ISBNs, right?
Yeah, that's right.
With the nod to the origin of Amazon, a book company, bookstore company. So now we have ARTB blank 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 for 16 across. The clue, as a reminder, is aesthetes collection, maybe. Which art books. Yeah.
Yeah, because we would assume that any aesthete who's worth their salt.
Yeah, well, unless you just have an art blog or something like that, or a series of art blogs that you follow,
right?
And you just don't have any books because you're just moving on from physical media.
Or maybe you just watch Crosspod Wordcast or listen to it and then stick around, or you skip right ahead through the crossword straight for the art section.
Yeah, maybe you do that.
That's how you get your art.
Maybe it's your favorite part of the crossword puzzle show where two guys solve the crossword puzzle. It's the part where they don't solve the crossword puzzle.
And they just talk about TV shows they like.
Yeah, maybe it's that. Yeah.
Okay, well, 21 across is looking real interesting now. Blank eye, blank eye, blank.
That's 22 across, we should say.
22
blank
across.
eye, blank eye, blank.
Commercial ploy. Did we see that already?
Commercial ploy. No, I don't think we saw that. Oh, maybe
Commercial
we
ploy.
did, but commercial ploy. We did see that. It's
like a I don't know.
I don't know either.
Smarten though is starting to look good for spruce up.
Smarten up. Okay, so SMARTEN. Smarten up, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, then maybe 22 across TI. Let's forget that. 19 down. F blank blank.
Gave to as answers.
That's fed.
Mm-hmm.
And
tie in a commercial ploy is a tie-in.
Okay.
At that synergy.
Tying something in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tying it in.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
Fit 25 across. That
looks real interesting. It looks like blank EEDB blank blank.
Groundwork of a plant manager.
Seedbed.
Seedbed. That's nice. Yeah.
That's
not a plant not
manager.
A manufacturing.
No, not that kind of plant.
No,
Daniel.
No, wouldn't dream of it. 23 down. NE
23 down's what you like. NE blank blank. That the clue there. Actor McDonough.
Neil McDonough.
Neil McDonough. Also the title of today's show.
Today's show is titled something like that. Today's show is titled. Okay, crossword live groundwork of a plant manager.
So we have opportunity to play the true clue game, but I ruined it because I just looked at the clues. So you can play, I guess, for 33 across. Because I spelled Neil with an A. Is that right?
I spelled it with an I.
Oh, I'm going to do the same as you. So there. I don't like playing the true clue game on unsolid ground.
Okay.
If I don't feel great.
You think this Neil is spelled Neal?
I think it might be spelled Neal. Yeah.
You know Neil McDonough. He's he was in Band of Brothers, and he was
and Justified. He's in Justified.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And he's in a recent television program.
Why don't we 26? Why don't we?
He has light kind of white silver hair,
silver,
and
now.
He's usually a very menacing figure.
I would say usually, but then when he's not, he can be a very charming figure.
Oh.
Ben Brothers, I would say he's rather charming.
It's a Yellowstone. He was in just now recently. Yellowstone. So where do you want to go instead of playing the True Clue game? What, 26 down?
26 down, D blank blank.
That clue is where nearly half of the U.S.'s nearly half of the U.S.'s publicly traded companies are incorporated, and companies is abbreviated there. So the answer is going to be abbreviated.
I believe this is the state of our president-elect.
Yes, the Delaware is that state,
that most hospitable of corporate states.
Yeah, very welcoming indeed.
Yeah. Okay, you're probably right about
because UIE has been filled in if we're spelling Neil with an I, but if it's with an A, then we have UAE, which clearly means that the clue is going to have something to do with the country abbreviated UAE. No rivers. A country that has no rivers.
Yeah, we just went
abbreviated.
I just went for it.
It is the UAE.
Indeed.
United Arab Emirates. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know that they had no rivers, but
nor did
I'm
I.
not surprised.
Yeah, desert.
Where to else now? 36?
Yeah. Blank blank YLL.
That clue. Peaceful rustic scene.
And that's an idyll?
Yes. Or idyll sometimes,
idyll.
Right?
Yeah,
idyll.
probably.
But
yeah.
It is a weird word because if you said idyll in someone's normal conversation.
Also say, would you say idyllic or would you say idyllic?
Idyllic. I might say idyllic, but I might say both. I feel like you have to say idyllic almost so that people know what you're kind of talking about. You know how you're like spelling it out for them with that pronunciation.
But it's like, I mean, we'll look into the etymology of this in our etymological pass.
Let's idyll.
Yeah, it'll be great.
It'll be a great etymological pass, and we'll do it together after the puzzle is solved. What do you think? 37 down?
Yes, D blank or 40 across. Better.
Okay.
Easy. Give me the easies.
Sure.
Blank
A. The clue: Triton's domain in Greek myth. Triton.
That's this thing that they have underwater. The trident. Triton.
Triton is Ariel's dad, right?
Oh.
King Triton.
Yeah.
He's like Poseidon. He's Poseidon. Yeah.
Yeah. The sea.
The sea. So we put in SEA there. Now we have the opportunity to play the True Clue game for 36 down. IS blank.
Yeah. They keep you connected. Abbreviated.
ISP.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm gonna say system of belief.
A system of belief. Ism. Okay, True Clue time. 36 down. School abbreviated in Ames.
Is that Ames, Iowa?
Yeah.
So that's Iowa State University. We were both way off. No points
ISU.
awarded. Okay.
Whatsoever.
What do you think? 37 down?
Yeah. DE blank blank.
Johnny, who made his film debut in A Nightmare on Elm Street.
That's Johnny, Mr. Pirates of the Caribbean Depp.
Mr. Johnny Pirates of the Caribbean Depp, and yes, it is him. And he's recent news. Johnny Depp's been he stepped away from the Harry Potter cinematic universe. He's no longer going to play the character he played.
Oh, I mean the character that was played by Colin Farrell until it was revealed to be Johnny Depp in that movie. Anyway,
it's a very facile character, and anyone can play this magical figure that can take different shapes and forms.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right.
Well, where are we? Do you like 43 across?
Yeah, I would say 43 across is looking real good. UPV blank 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 blank.
That clue. Online endorsements.
Hey, upvotes.
You
know what's funny?
We're trying to get some of those.
Yeah, we posted our link on Reddit, and Sam told me, he said, go upvote it. And I was like, okay. And I clicked the link and my login was still there. And then I was like, where do I go to upload it? And Sam's like, do you not use Reddit? I've been able to keep this a secret from him for a long time. So, but the cat's out of the bag now. True
Well,
clue time. O blank H for 44 down.
O blank H is it's a great opportunity to play the true clue game. Do you have anything ready to go for O blank H as a potential clue?
Blank kosh bagosh.
That's Osh. That's Osh. Okay. So if that's Osh, then my clue is going to be wow, I'm really O blank H. Oh, how about this? Amazed utterance.
Oh.
Yeah.
OHH.
OOH. I was gonna say
OOH. Oh no, that's more
or,
of the like I'm so relaxed in brackets or something.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I would say an amazed one. What would be OHH? Let's see.
True clue time for 44 down. Blank kosh bagosh. That's like you get 3 points for that.
That's like 5 points.
I don't think all the points. You won the game. I think you won. You just won the game of all time. We can stop playing it now.
Stop live streaming.
Or you get one like mega point for that, and then I guess over the course of years, like it's going to take us years to.
I can redeem.
I'm never going to be able to gain a mega point.
No.
Yeah. Okay. So what do we got now? POS blank blank for 48 across. Should we look at that one?
I did hear Sam chime in that 46 across was on the thing, and I believe this is that REO Speedwagon. Is that right? There we go. 48 across now. POS blank blank.
Yeah, and the clue there is put forward.
Put forward. Posit. Thanks, Sam.
Posit. It also sounds like you're telling someone to,
when you have to get up to pee during
pause Netflix during Gambit during the lady. The lady.
I was actually thinking of the Gambit, Queen's Gambit. Did you watch that?
Well,
did we already talk about that?
I watched it. We talked about it like. On the show we talked about it, but we did it not as part of the an explicit non-art section.
An explicit non-art section. Okay, you're right.
Yeah, not that it's not artistic.
41 down is looking real interesting now. PETF.
41, yeah.
Blank blank.
PETF blank blank blank. Aquarium denizen. It says here.
Pet fish.
Pet fish.
A pet
fish. Pet food. Eventually. Well, I mean, not.
I mean, if you leave it long, if you leave food, if it doesn't get eaten, if pet food doesn't get eaten, it could
evolve, is what you're saying.
Yeah, come alive.
But I was going to say, you might be feeding fish. You might be feeding live. You wouldn't feed your pets to another pet though, or like pet food. But I mean, if you have a snake as a pet and you feed it a live mouse, you have to. I think the assumption is the mouse is not a pet. I think that's the workaround.
All right, let's 45 down. TIL blank blank blank.
Yeah, here it is. The clue: little waves in Spain. I know what that is.
Tildes.
Tildes. TILDES. Whatever that word is.
So that's the little tiny wave. It's like a little part of a wave on top of a letter. It's like this thing. Can I do it? Oh no, it won't let me do it in the app. Hold it down on the keyboard and get the little tilde. All right. Where do you want to go, David? 32 down?
I want to go to 32 down. Yeah, that or 25 down.
Okay, 25 down. SL blank 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 ER blank.
That clue is some accommodations on long distance trains.
And that's Sleepers.
Also,
that movie with Brad Pitt and
Sleepers.
Jason Patrick.
Not Brad Pitt. It's like Kevin Bacon, right?
Oh, Kevin Bacon. Sorry, you're right. And
I was thinking of a Sleeper. It's just Sleeper, the Woody Allen movie. So you can be talking about multiple Woody Allen multiple copies of Woody Allen's Sleeper on your
if you just got a bunch of those VHS around.
Can you go grab those Sleepers?
Yeah,
and bring them up to the
get these
cabinet.
Sleepers out of my way.
Yeah, I'm selling them on KSL.
Yeah.
So what
Okay.
now let's do 32 down like you wanted to before. T blank 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 RK blank blank blank.
City that rhymes with Rosanna in a #1 George Strait country hit.
And the #1 George Strait country hit, a city that rhymes with Rosanna. Do you know what that is? Texarkana?
Yeah.
That's a city in real life. That's not like
Made up city?
a fictional city for a song.
No, it's a real city. Probably, if I had to guess, I'd say it's somewhere near the border of Texas and Arkansas.
I think that makes sense. Yeah, that's
we could look that up for
our
our EP, though. I could be totally wrong.
Next up, I think we should go to what, like 35 across. Blank blank EE.
The clue there, something there's almost no point to.
And that's a pun.
Yeah.
What about like an epee, like a fencing sword?
Yeah, you're right.
Because they're dull, or because they have like a
point. Okay.
Do you like 39 across?
Yeah. Blank blank XE.
Set in French.
Fix.
Fee or fix. Sometimes I feel like they pronounce it without the X.
Really? Because I would think, isn't there like a phrase "idée fixe," where it's like a fixed, like fixed mindset?
But grand. I
could be wrong.
Maybe. Yeah, I've heard that too. So I don't know what to say. It's a great conundrum. But we're pretty clear that it's FIXE, even though we don't know how to pronounce it. Maybe
correct. And
we have our true clue game.
True clue
twice in a row.
30 and 31 down.
Yeah.
REF blank. SPI blank
for 30 and 31 down. REF blank SPI blank.
Yeah, so for 30 down, REF blank, I'm gonna say they call the shots.
Refs. Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Let's say redo your mortgage. Casually.
Spell. Oh, okay, yeah. Refi. I like your use of casually there. That was nice. Casually dropped in.
Comma casually. Yeah. Okay. Should we do the true clue for REF blank?
Zebras.
Refs.
Yep.
Before your clue was put out there, I was going to say something about zebras on the field or something like that.
Yeah. So now
true clue game twice. A double game.
SPI blank still for 31 down, but 42 across. S blank AP.
Okay. I have something.
Go for it.
For 31 down.
Okay.
Cycling class.
Spin.
Yeah. And then for 42 across, it would be something like break.
Snap. Yeah. Okay. Those are probably right. I'm not going to try for anything else.
I feel bad jumping on that one.
No, I always jump on them. So turn in a popular game show for 31 down. That's fun. Returning to the theme.
Spin. Yeah. Spin the wheel of fortune.
Mm-hmm. And go
that
postal.
That makes a snap. Go postal. Oh, yeah. That's a great clue.
It's good usage of it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's better than break. It's kind of like Breaking Bad, but I was thinking of like.
Yeah, it's the same idea as when you break, you snap. You snap.
Should we do 57 across? That one might be kind of juicy here. Blank blank AS blank 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 E.
The clue is not completely crazy as a plan.
Just might work.
It just might work. I was thinking that too.
Not completely crazy.
Not completely crazy. Doable. Blankable. It's feasible.
Feasible. That's good stuff, Daniel.
But let's look at
feasible.
Look at 52 down because.
Okay. BF blank blank now. That's weird. The clue there. People who are tight in modern lingo.
Yeah. BFFs. Okay, so feasible or feasible? Feasible.
Feasible. I'm not that good at spelling to know for sure. Should we confirm with 47 down? Is it OPI or A blank blank?
Blank. Offer a thought.
Opine.
Indeed.
So we have a feasible with an I. We'll never forget that.
Yeah. True clue time in the bottom left corner. F blank N.
We have it twice in a row. F blank N. Okay.
Okay, I've got one.
Want to go? Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
When the last letter is doubled, a really great name for a human or a dog.
Okay, the answer to that is if you're saying an I.
Yeah.
The letter I, Finn.
Yeah.
Because then you would be doubling the last letter. That'd be Finn with two N's.
Yeah.
It would be, and then you're mentioning Finn, the human, the character from Adventure Time.
Yeah.
And then you're also referring to a new dog in my household named Finn, the dog.
Finn the dog. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's right.
We have a strange custom in our house of naming dogs, giving them Irish names. So there you have it.
Finn.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay. You want to offer something else?
I want to say what it could be is that band who sang Tonight We Are Young, or whatever that song was.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Or sorry, should I have said F period, U period, N period?
Eventually, though, the puzzle takes the little
takes the liberty
those little marks out. Yeah.
Okay, true clue time. 60 across.
The clue is Geisha's accessory. A fan.
Indeed. Neither of us.
We weren't even close. No,
but now we can true clue it with 53 down and 63 across. NEA blank.
NEA blank.
A.
Okay. It can't be Neil because we already have Neil McDonough up there.
Indeed. Could be one of the tides.
The Neep?
Yeah.
And then it would be Spa.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I think actually that is like what it is. I have no better options.
It could also be how I take my whiskey sometimes.
And then it would be STA, neat, and then station abbreviated.
Yeah.
I hope that's not what it is. Let's just assume you're right, and let's go to the true clue straight off, because I think that's awesome. It sounds too good to be true to be wrong. NEA blank.
Blank tide.
Neep tide. You get 2 points for that.
Yeah, and I wasn't perfect. I didn't tide it.
No.
Yeah. And but the 63 across.
63 across. Blank A.
Upscale hotel amenity.
Mm-hmm. That's right. That's a spa. So onward to what? 61 across, 54 down. What do you think?
54 down. TB blank blank.
One way to the top. One way to the top.
T-bar? T
T-bar. Yeah, on the slopes.
On a slope.
Those are the old as they say, the slopes. It's how you get up to the top of a hill so you can ski down it.
That's what I say.
The True Clue game is available for us again one more time. 61 across.
I'll never turn it down.
It's kind of a gimme. I feel like
maybe
it's NA blank L.
Could be, the last one in the coffin. One of many in the coffin.
Nail. I think that NA blank L really does seem like it can only be that.
Probably.
So let's assume it is, and we'll get to reading the true clue on that one. The true clue was ace, and that's nail as in the verb.
It. Yeah.
Yeah. So now the true clue game again for 58 down and 64 across. LI blank and ER blank.
ER.
Okay. I mean, I've got one.
Okay, I've got one too. Why don't you go first?
So for 58 down, it's going to be something like mendacity.
Lie.
Yeah.
And
then that would mean 64 across would be center of a palindrome.
ERE. My favorite clue for that one, I'm gonna steal it, and it's gonna be
okay.
For 64 across. Before.
With a comma in there, or just before?
Oh yeah. No, the comma was implied.
Yeah, I thought I heard that in there. I think that's a great clue too. A very it's because you used to error means before,
but
and
it's
how they said it in the past. Yeah.
All right, let's true clue it up.
True clue it up for 58 down. L.I. blank.
No blank can live forever. Martin Luther King Jr.
No lie.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, unless he's talking about the libs.
No lib can live forever.
Yeah, I mean, if they're crying as much as they are,
Yeah.
they're going to die eventually.
ER blank is now a 4.
A 4.
Yeah, it's like another archaic before.
Yeah.
Air.
Another way to say, so it's they agree in their old-fashioned nature.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, onward to what? With 17 down, we can't say no to that.
ON blank 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 TS.
Like many homes along bayous.
On stilts.
On stilts. That sounds like that's
way
great.
To live.
So, yeah. Now the true clue game.
Oh, indeed. Yeah, 24 across. SS blank.
That could be job application abbreviation.
SSN, a social security number.
Does that work?
Yeah, that works. It's great. That's it. I got nothing. SS blank.
Okay.
Clue.
And the clue is noted retiree of 03. SST. Right?
What's that? SST?
It's a jet that they stopped flying, I think.
Oh, it's not the SSR?
Oh, noted retiree of 03?
The SSR 71 Blackbird. I remember that is a jet.
Yeah,
I could be wrong. Let's
it's
look
not
at
SSR 71, it's the SR 71, I think.
Is it? Okay, you're right, maybe. So you think it's SST?
I do. Should we look at 9 down and see how it feels? Okay.
Blank blank OW, maybe T, blank 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 S.
The clue, apt anagram of, and then the rest is the capital letters, and we're to make something of this. It's Winter's O's.
Well, if it's apt, what does that have to do with snow? Yeah, snow.
Snow something.
Yeah, so if we take the S.
Snow. And then there's an S at the very end.
Right. Yeah. So that leaves us with the T if it's in, tires.
Wow. Okay, snow tires.
Yeah, Winter's
O's. That's fun.
Yeah, I just can't wait to wake up to a bowl of Winter's O's. 10 down is interesting if Art Books is right, which it appears to be based on all these other clues. Blank blank KH.
Mm-hmm. And the clue is Egyptian Key of Life.
Oh, it's an
That's
Ankh.
an Ankh. That was in last week's
It was
puzzle.
in last week's puzzle,
yeah.
Okay, shall we true clue it? 9 across.
I think we should, 9. SA blank. Oh, is it? I thought it was ANKH.
Oh, I think you're right. And I think I did that last week even too.
So then we have SA blank. It's not fun doing it on uneven footing, though, if we don't think it's right.
Yeah. SA blank. True clue could be
horror franchise.
Man's name.
Oh,
what did you say?
Sam.
Franchise?
Horror franchise.
Oh, Saw. And you said Sam. Great.
Sam.
True clue time.
And the true clue is chump. Sap.
Sam. Oh, sap. Excuse me. Okay. True clue time for 14 across. And then
I already saw it. So you'll have to go ahead.
Yeah, it's got to be direction from
This will be
Ithaca.
amazing if you get it.
Yeah, Ithaca. Is it one of those? Ithaca
It
to
is. It is one of those. Yeah.
yeah. Give me a state for the first city. Is it an American?
It's a city. I'll give you a state for the first city. I'll tell you both cities are in Florida.
Okay, and
I think.
Miami to Orlando direction.
Okay, it's Fort Myers to Orlando direction. I don't know if
Hey,
Fort
that's
Myers is in
close.
Florida or not. Yeah, that was really close.
Probably.
That was nice.
So,
But we know it's going to be an E. Hopefully, you were thinking of E when you. So because Pest has got to fill that in for whatever 11 down was. We've already filled it in. We can't help it anymore.
yeah, the true clue was roach or termite, a pest.
Mm-hmm. Roach or termite. Those are pests. I can confirm. Do you want to finally see what 28 down is all about?
Yeah, blink, 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 J.
The clue, key of Pachelbel's canon abbreviated. Well, I think we know what that is. That's
Something
D major.
Major, yeah. D major.
Canon in D, yeah, D-M-A-J.
Yeah, canon in D.
And do you want to now do the acrosses here with the true clue game?
Indeed. TID blank.
TID blank for 27 across. What do you think, Daniel?
That could be it could be
I have one.
Neep blank.
That's what I was gonna say. All right,
but
let's
that
see if
can't
it's
be.
neat.
That can't
Let's
be
see if it's neat blank. And the clue is ship shape.
Tidy.
Okay. 34 across. Not looking at the clue. IRM blank.
Go ahead.
Hurricane name a while back.
Irma.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's about all. True clue.
All right. True clue is memorable hurricane of 2017. A while back, and in 2017, it's about the same thing. Now we have a double true clue game for 38 across LEA blank and 29 down YA blank K.
Well, you got something?
Yeah, I got something. Ready?
Okay, go for it.
Okay, enemy to a reb for 29 down.
Yank.
And then for 38 across, I would say blank design, Toyota manufacturing ethos that gave them a lot of success. Lean design. That's right. And what are the true clues?
Well, it was tilt for lean.
Oh, tilt for lean, like cheat on a what's it called?
A pinball machine.
Pinball, would cheat on a pinball machine.
Yeah.
And then 29 down, what was that clue?
Yank. Excuse me. It was jerk move. Jerk move.
All right, that's great stuff.
That's nice.
All right, 56 down. F blank blank blank.
The true clue, the clue, and it is true. Cheese in moussaka.
That's a Greek dish, moussaka, which would have a Greek cheese. Feta. And then what?
59 across. DIE blank blank blank.
That clue, fade as a fad.
Die off.
I was going to say die out.
It could be, and that might be better.
Die O blank out. Blank is what we have.
Well, let's 51 down. Blank N, T blank, or F blank.
And the clue, nuts about.
Into.
Yes, okay.
I'm really into nuts about that.
So EST blank blank O for 62 across.
Tabasco in Mexico, but it's got a little wave on there.
It's got a little accent.
Oh, not the little wave. Yeah, it's got the accent
on the E. So it's saying like the word is going to be, the answer is going to be. So Tabasco and Mexico is like
a state.
The answer is going to be in Spanish.
Estado.
Yeah. So it's not. That's the clue that the puzzle is giving you, that it's not, the answer is not going to be in English.
Right. By putting the accent on there. 65 across. SHA blank blank.
By putting the accent, but also by using the letter EN as the word for in.
True. True.
Anyway, SHA blank blank, like you say, for 65 across. The clue, unreliable.
Uh,
Shady?
Shady.
Is that right? I mean,
Yeah.
shady's like more than unreliable.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to do the true clue game? I kind of glimpsed at it already for 49 down.
I didn't. Blank ROAD. It could be wide.
Broad.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we have something wrong. I have to say. Shady didn't feel good to me, and now it feels even worse because the clue, I looked at it, the true clue, it's speak with a deep, hoarse voice. And so the D, if it's a K, makes sense for the answer to be croak.
Croak. So instead of shaky?
Unreliable. Shaky.
Unreliable. Shaky. Yeah, you're right.
So croak. And now we could do the true clue. Oh, to solve the puzzle.
For the whole shebang, 49 across, C blank I.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And
50 blank down, blank TUDY.
Great.
And there's only one thing it can be.
50 down, quick blank.
Okay, and then 49 across is massive TV franchise.
CSI.
Or I probably should have done something more specific because there's so many. But that CSI,
because there's all the different ones.
Yeah,
and true
that
clue
would be an S. So CSI. What is the clue? Long-running TV series set in Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm. And room opposite the kitchen on a clue board.
Study.
It's a study.
Solved 516 slower than your average.
And I was
5716.
Wait, you did it in 5716?
5716, yeah.
And I finished in 5731.
Pretty close.
But I was 12 minutes slower than my average.
Oh. You're okay.
So does that mean that I'm usually 5 minutes faster than? Because we've solved before and we've been like right in line. So that's kind of.
But we've always had to do some math. And so maybe we got the math wrong or something.
Maybe it seemed like you didn't start it as early as I did, but.
Today?
Today. But if they both ended at 57,
Yeah. I don't know what to say. Should we do our etymological pass, Daniel? Should we look up the words that we didn't know or that we wanted to understand better, like idyll? Remember that you wanted to talk about idyll?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up the browser here. We're gonna go to Etym Online.
Oh, this is our favorite place to look up etymology. It's different than a definition, of course. And etymology is like the history of the fluid definitions that a word has had over the years.
Indeed.
And in this case, idyll isn't. We're looking up the noun.
Yeah.
We're talking about idyllic before too, but we're going to look up idyll and see. We're going to talk about pronunciation too a little bit. Indeed,
yes. So idyll, also IDYL with just one L. Circa 1600, short picturesque pastoral poem from French idylle, 16th century, or directly Latin idyllium from Greek aidyllion, short descriptive poem, usually of rustic or pastoral type. Literally, little picture, diminutive of eidos, form.
Form in Greek. So
form, it's like a formal
idyll.
Short. Is that to have to do with its shortness, maybe, that it's some kind of.
But that it also that it depicts with its text, it depicts imagery like
forms,
right?
Imagery like form.
Yeah, it's picturesque poem, idyll. And to me, it's funny because I've always kind of thought like, you use, when you learn a new word, you use like weird tricks to like define, to match the shape of the word to the definition of the word.
Yeah.
And I kind of think, I always thought, idyll, it sounds ideal. It sounds like the word ideal.
It does sound like the word ideal.
And it's like an ideal place to exist or to be. It's like somewhere like that.
Picturesque.
A picturesque, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. but it's not. It has nothing to do with the word ideal, just because it sounds like it. It's just a useful mnemonic. Where else should we look up words?
Well, I looked up Merv Griffin.
Oh, good.
So we can know a little bit about him. Television show host and media mogul. Began his career as a radio and big band singer. Went to appear in film and on Broadway. From 65 to 86, he hosted his own talk show, The Merv Griffin Show, and then created the internationally popular game shows Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune. Yeah.
Westwood, California.
Can't say I would recognize him.
Oh, just by looking at him. No,
Right.
no, I don't either. No.
But
I've watched hours of Wheel of Fortune and of Jeopardy. And like I said, I mean, I think Pat Sajak is a little bit less significant in my life than Alex Trebek. Somehow Alex kind of rose up as this this towering figure somehow of moral, of reality and of facts. And he's just like the librarian of all knowledge. He's like this amazing figure. I really just like thinking about him.
Well, RIP.
Yeah.
Okay, so what else did we want to look up here?
Do we want to look up Vanna White or see how
sure, like
did
see
she
what
become a co-host
more
recently, and because maybe she previously her role was not the
it's possible
role.
that changed,
ascended to the role.
Yeah.
Okay, you got the Wikipedia page up. You can see I'm looking up at it now. We got Wheel of Fortune up in the top left corner.
Host and hostess. Co-host. It does
theme music. Alan Thicke.
Alan Thicke did the theme music. Is that true, Mr. Actor Alan Thicke?
I know he did the music. He did the theme music to Growing Pains. I do that part. And his son is a musician, so it's not so surprising to think that the father would also have talent.
Robin Thicke,
of course.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's terrific. The syndicated 38th season premiered on September 14th, 2020 of Wheel of Fortune. Sajak became the longest running host of any game show, surpassing Bob Barker, who hosted Price is Right from 72 to 2007. So 25 years.
Wow.
Or excuse me, 30, what's that? 35 years. Wow. So, great. Okay. What else? What else we want to look up? Fan, spa, air, stato, die out, Irma.
Neep.
Should we learn about the tides?
Maybe aesthete and why aesthetes have all these art books.
Yeah. Neep is a small village. Let's see. Let's disambiguate.
I guess that's one of the things. Disambiguation, that top link. It's one of the best links in a Wikipedia page. I think a disambiguation. It can really solve a lot of here we go. Neap tide, where the tide's range is at its minimum, where it's at its lowest, furthest out. It's the nadir, the extent of the depth of the tide. What's the opposite of that?
The opposite of that is high tide or
high tide.
Yeah.
Well, low tide. Then there's just low tide.
Low tide. Okay. Well, did you want to dive in there anymore? That seems pretty good. High tide, low tide.
I mean, we didn't go to Edom online.
You want to Edom it up?
I'm a little curious where Neep. That's
the word, in its roots.
Is it because why Neep?
Yeah, because it means lowest, applied to tides, which have the least difference of height between the flood and ebb. Late 15th century from English, neap flood.
Neap flood. Neap flood.
Yeah. The tide occurring at the end of the first and third quarters of lunar month, which high waters are at their lowest of lunar origin with no known cognates. Danish niptid probably is from English.
Oh, that's great.
Original sense perhaps is without power. as a noun from 1580s, a neap tide, also sometimes in modern use, the ebb or lowest point of a tide. Neapolitan.
Oh, what? It's just a coincidence
From
that it's spelled NEAP, right?
right.
Yeah.
Different.
Wow, that's I think we came a long way with this.
Oh, we sure did.
Neap tide,
Yeah.
nip flood, neap flood.
Let's look up a README. What type of a
Oh,
files?
let's find out.
Nice.
Thank you. Thank you for looking up this README, Daniel. I forgot about README.
README. Define README.
Is there like a Wikipedia page on what a README is?
There sure is.
Wow.
Thanks for asking.
Wikipedia is just an amazing resource.
It sure is. Yeah. It's like the README of online resources. Contains information about other files in a directory or archive of computer software. A form of documentation. It is usually a simple plain text file called readme.txt.
I told you about the TXTs, Daniel.
Yeah, when did you tell me about the
Remember
TXTs?
in the beginning of this episode, I was like, it's a TXT file.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. Text file.
Yeah,
well
there
done.
You
go. Okay. Cogs.
Did we want to talk about fix and fee and if we're pronouncing that with an X or not?
Let's get
that was a little controversial, a little bit of will they, won't they between us. Fight is the question over this pronunciation question.
Okay, we're gonna see how this is pronounced here.
Fix. You're looking it up there. ED. It's spelled IDEEFIXE. Two words.
Mm-hmm.
Idee fix.
Idee fix.
I hear idee fix, just like you're saying. So now what about like prefixed, like a menu? I'm just curious.
That's a different phrase in French?
Yeah.
How do you spell
prefix? Is it PRIS? I think it's like price, fixed price. Okay. Okay.
No, nothing.
PRIX. There it is. And now click on that.
Excuse me. Oh, I see. Pre-fee. How do you think this is going to be said?
Now, I think it might be feeks, but if it has an S, then it's... Now add an S to it.
Prefix.
Well, no.
Prefix.
Prefix.
Now go up to the top. Yeah.
Oh, add a fixes like that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
It doesn't want to do it.
I thought it had it in the results. I bet if it's an S at the end, then you don't pronounce the X. If you're talking in a plural.
You think so?
I think that's right.
I don't know. We could phone a friend. I have a French-speaking friend, but I didn't put her on warning tonight. So
no, yeah, it's if you don't put someone on warning, you can never call them from a podcast, and I never put anyone on warning.
Anything else there?
I think our etymological pass is complete. I had no other questions about. Oh, what about Neil McDonough? Do we want to investigate him?
Good old Neil McDonough. Should we just go to his IMDb page?
We might have to go to IMDb because IMDb is where I'll be for my art section.
Okay, great.
So
Neil
I don't know.
McDonough.
You can just get the app up. Oh, there he is. Oh,
Minority Report.
Of course. Oh, he's so menacing. Just look at him.
Timeline. Captain America. Oh, that's right. He plays one of the buddies in Captain America. Hold on, let's see. But this is where I first encountered him. I think was in Band of Brothers.
Yes.
Yeah. Legends of Tomorrow. You heard it? Never heard of that.
Oh, long hair.
But yeah, I wouldn't say he more plays bad guys than good guys. Well, that's obviously bad guy.
Oh, wow.
In Justified, is he a bad guy in Justified?
This isn't a scientific. In Justified, he's a bad guy.
Oh, okay, cool.
He is
I haven't watched
truly heinous. And he's in Yellowstone.
That seems like a bad guy right there.
Oh, look at his eyes. And his lips. His lips are telling stories.
That seems like a bad guy right there.
Hard to know for sure. It's really hard to know about someone just by looking at them.
Yeah.
And
that's-
also, it can be a little bit, you know, you might have seen someone your whole life that's an actor and he plays villains the whole time, let's say, and then you meet that person in real life, and you might be predisposed to thinking that they're, you know,
they're
not
a bad dude.
friendly and a bad dude, or, yeah, and
Oh, look at that! He looks like a good dude there.
maybe that's a bad guy that he's about to hurt.
Totally, yeah. That's typically how it goes down between good guys and bad guys. Good guys are about to
yeah.
stick a knife in their mouth.
Mm.
Okay, well, anyway, enough of the visually dependent
Well,
stuff.
you can stick there if you want, because
what do you
I think
need for
from
your-
there we could do the art section if you want.
Yeah.
I could just go straight to mine.
Go for it.
So, you know, go look this up here for me. The real
real REAL.
REAL, yeah.
Okay.
House wives
of
Salt
oh wow
Lake City.
Okay.
Perfect.
The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City 2020 series. Here we go.
Now, here's a great image for you. Just you know, it's the promotional image from the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. They're on a T-bar.
How about that? To wait to get to the top.
Yeah, that's actually, they're all very ambitious to get to the top. It's a show that you know, art takes many forms, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I have another art section that's coming up in probably next week, and it's going to be related to this. And I'm not going to explain how it's related yet, but art takes, you know, we have to admit that it takes many forms, and sometimes it's like high art, and sometimes it's low art, but art, it remains, and so it squeezes itself, it ekes its way into the art section today.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know anything about the Real Housewives franchise of television?
Very little, I would say. So educate me.
So it's something that it's a funny one. It's just so interesting that the television landscape is so siloed out in its way to different audiences, and if you end up not being part of that audience, you just don't like nothing about it ripples into your life. But
Sure.
then the people who do watch shows like this, I can confirm to you, have a kind of dedication, or it fills their media landscape so much in so many ways. And there's these, it's a television show produced by Bravo, and Bravo has it's produced, this show is kind of a franchise that goes from city to city across America, and it's been on the air for more than a decade, it seems like. I don't know, a long time, because and I think they've probably had some maybe spin-offs, to maybe like 8 to 10 spin-offs of this concept from the different cities that it's spun off from. And now, for the first time, their most recent spin-off is from Salt Lake City, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. In the past, it's been in Beverly Hills and in New Jersey, or Potomac, Atlanta, Orange County. I can't even name them all. And honestly, 6 months ago or more, you know, I couldn't have told you anything about this whole universe of media. But it's very popular reality TV, and in every episode, in every show, it's these women who are competing, or who are all friends with each other, but they're also very ambitious and eager to succeed financially, but they're also eager for prestige and for respectability in their communities, and they're just vying for everyone's attention. And in this case now, you know, everywhere they go, they somehow represent the culture of that region, I suppose. And so there's people from Atlanta, and people from Beverly Hills and from New Jersey represent those regions. So it's very regionally representative. And in this case, it's the same thing, I guess. But it also, it's as regionally representative as the Olympics were in Utah in 2002, in that, it was in Salt Lake City, but it's really in Park City and in Draper and like in the surrounding region of Salt Lake City, not just the city itself.
So have you been watching this show?
And now I haven't been watching the show, but my wife watches the show, and she watches it, and we live in coronavirus conditions. A lot of our media overlaps, so I'm in the room when she's watching it plenty of times,
And
so
to be clear, your wife is a real housewife of Salt Lake City.
She is one
of actual Salt Lake City.
Yes, within city limits, yeah, and maybe there would be some interesting drama to extract from more realistic housewives, I suppose. But these are all very, very housewives of a certain class that is most people don't even, they're operating on a very extreme level, it seems, in everything that they're doing. They're rich, yes, but they're also well, yeah. And okay, so the real reason I wanted to mention this is just because I barely pay attention to the show, but I have glimpses to it, and I've seen the other kind of corners of the show in the different cities. But now that it's in Utah, it's kind of it's beginning to plant like a community flower or something, and it's already caused some trouble in that, like, the next day on Twitter, I spend time on Twitter, Daniel, and when something happens, the commentary that flows is always an interesting thing to observe. And in this case, the commentary about the show is, a lot of it was just people being very frank about, and a lot of them are tangentially, or some of them were raised Mormon, but others are tangentially Mormon or have never heard of Mormonism. But the church and its kind of presence in everybody's life in Utah is talked about quite a bit on the show. And so it was interesting to see glimpses of the show and then see what happened on Twitter the next day when the greater Twitter universe of the whole world was hearing what people were saying about in the show and what the commentary was about Salt Lake City culture and what the church was like. I think a lot of people have misconceptions or have they wouldn't have any real reason to know the details. But I think it's just a very interesting little flare up of controversy, and it's come from a very interesting, strange place that I never would have expected, really.
So how have you regarded their depiction of Salt Lake City and the culture? Like, does it resonate, or you've kind of alluded that it already feels like it's pretty much way outside of the strata
it's
that
remote.
we occupy?
It doesn't for me, it doesn't reflect my experience in Salt Lake City remotely. I suppose, these people do experience, I imagine that eventually they go to Sundance and it's this big thing.
Is it happening in real time right now? Is it being filmed and then streamed out, or did it all take place pre-COVID?
Recorded. It's all finished, okay. and they're going to be releasing it. So it's just like a lot of reality, like Survivor, where they're hush hush about it and they can't talk about it. And I think I don't know if you can win anything at the end of this reality TV show. I don't know if there's a prize. Anyway, Andy Cohen is this interesting character, though, that is the host of each of these little spinoffs, and he is the mediator. Ultimately, they have these long sessions on couches, and they just hash out the drama. And he's this kind of like he kind of feeds the flame, and then he kind of slaps them on their wrists when they're inappropriate with each other. I don't know. It's a very strange and it's fun to watch the drama happen, but it's I have to say it's a terrible show, just like any reality show that I can't recommend it at all. So I'm not saying so that people should watch it. If people who are compelled to watch it for whatever reason, I understand that they want to keep watching it, and I'm not criticizing them. I'm just saying no one should watch it unless they feel compelled to.
Well, I wouldn't say I feel compelled, but it's interesting. I would definitely. I think I wouldn't. I would. I would be slightly interested to consume a little bit of it and kind of see how it depicts the city. I'm interested in depicting Salt Lake City. I live here. Well, you know, I live in Ogden. That's fair. You know, Wasatch Front. I'm interested in depicting the region, but you know, I wouldn't probably watch it more than just to get a little bit of that sense of like, what are they focusing on? What are they spending time, you know, showing that has to do with the actual surroundings?
You know, they've done a lot of shots of Temple Square and kind of sweeping shots of the valley and kind of time-lapse shots of mountains and ski slopes, and the properties that these people live in are they tend to be, you know, with beautiful views of the valley or the mountains or something. So there's those shots, and they did a few. They drove around town, and there were shots of them kind of conveniently, you know, driving around Temple Square and showing all that kind of local footage. But they didn't seem to have any reason to be down there. They weren't doing anything down there. I think they just planned a shot where they drove around downtown. And then otherwise, the kind of shots that they do, they've done a lot of, they work with Redmond Gallery, or Redmond Studio. Yeah, I think they've done things on their lot before, in their studios before. But it's all finished again, like, so you won't see them around town now, but otherwise it's just internal shots of you know, in houses, and it's people carrying
the drama of their lives.
Yeah, but these people do what they end up talking about is you know, their lives get exposed and their opinions get exposed, and these people, you know, a few of them are people, you know, Black people of color, who haven't always felt like people of color are welcome in the Mormon community, you know.
Sure.
And one of them even says, you know, mentions that, you know, you weren't allowed, you know, Mormons were restricted in the religion before the 1970s or something like that. But you know, these things are true, but no one, and they're not like, it's not a secret. None of these things were secrets or things that aren't general knowledge. It's just that they're talking about it again, and no one was talking about it because no one talks about it. But you know, it's weird to see things like Twitter, and it's the volatility of what can happen on Twitter with the you know, as the conversation moves, kind of as a community goes through Me Too and all these kind of revolutions. Not everything not everybody's reminded of all the problems all the time, but here we have a problem that's kind of just been, everybody kind of has forgotten about it, and most people, I think most Mormons hope that everybody forgets about it, but a reminder of it is always present because people remember living through it, and it's hard to get that stain off once it's been put on, right?
Yeah. Well, I think, you know, any sunlight that can be applied to you know, the history of religious organizations is good.
Yeah, it is. But it's true. But it's also that the sunlight should be there, but also some applause for the reform. I think the reform should be applauded and encouraged. Onward with the reform. Onward, I say.
That's just me applauding reform.
What else? Anyway, that's it. I think it's interesting. It's an interesting thing to live in a city where a new show comes to town, and then it stirs up, because like it's the funny thing is that the show was recorded all through 2019, right? Something like that, and now it's being released in a new era of coronavirus. But to think that it was all recorded back then and never made a fuss. No one, I lived my life and nothing ever happened. And even my wife, a fan of the show, lived her life, never happened, never heard anything about it other than, they're filming around town. And then now the show is being released to the audiences. And now the content that they have, which is whatever it is, has stirred up conversation. I think there was I don't know what happened on Twitter, but at the same time, there was this question that was going around, and it was a trending question of the question, what's something that isn't Mormon but seems Mormon?
And what did people say?
It was such a trend that it was just, there weren't even that many interesting things to share. It's just that it was a trend. People were sharing hundreds of things. I don't know. Someone said Kristen Bell. I mean, who knows? It was just a big weird thing that was happening that day on Twitter with the concept of the word Mormon, which is, you sign on to Twitter and it says Mormon, and you never know. I don't know if people in Utah get fed that trend when they log in more than anyone else in the world. Maybe that because I'm in this region, I get a different kind of set of things fed to me. I don't know how that works exactly. But anyway, just an interesting day of following a TV show into Twitter in Salt Lake City last week.
Well, I'm definitely curious about it. I will probably end up watching a little bit of it, at least the trailer, to see what it feels like.
It's very much like fishbowl drama. Just watching things happen and seeing escalated drama on all these things. It's like the drama. It doesn't have to happen, and you can see where people misunderstand each other, and they just make messes of their relationships. It seems.
So, like real life.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to talk about a show that I watched the first couple episodes of, and it's called Truth Seekers.
Truth Seekers. Nick Frost and Malcolm McDowell, I see, are in the cast.
Indeed. Have you heard of it?
I haven't heard of it, but I know who Nick Frost is, and I know who Malcolm McDowell. I think I know who Malcolm McDowell is, and I have Truth Seekers. Is it a fiction show?
It's a fictional series,
okay,
which is loading right now, and it's.
I love it when a fictional series loads.
Yes, yeah, it's really loading into the zeitgeist right now, and Truth Seekers. Yep. It's starring
Simon Pegg, Nick Frost.
Yeah, it lists Simon Pegg there. At least in the first couple episodes, he's more of a supporting character.
Okay,
but he is I believe, one of the producers on the show as well. Let's take a look at who's full on produced it here. But I know that it is created. The writing credits go to Nick Frost, Simon Pegg, Nat Saunders, and James Serafinowicz. So
James Serafinowicz. I wonder if he's related to Peter.
Maybe
Serafinowicz.
The Tick.
Yes.
But yeah, so this show is no connection to Edgar Wright, who is the director and producer of the Cornetto trilogy with these guys.
Right. And other great movies. Baby Driver.
Indeed, Baby
Scott
Driver.
Pilgrim vs. the World.
Indeed. But
no connection to him.
These guys all collaborated
guys
with him on the Cornetto trilogy.
Okay.
And this definitely feels like it's interesting to sort of tease out like what are the things that they bring to this that is where is the absence of Edgar Wright and his style felt
Okay.
And I would say that it is definitely felt in the script in terms of just like the maybe like the punchiness of it, as well as like the cinematography. They do very much though. They're very much like playing in that same way. You know, there's a little bit of creative, you know, sort of storytelling using you know, like there's a radio that they listen to. It's basically a team of part-time paranormal investigators use homemade gizmos to track the supernatural, sharing their adventures online. So Nick Frost has a YouTube channel called The Truth Seekers, and he works for a cable company, and he's also a Ghostbuster, not a Ghostbuster, you know, because trademarks.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's fun. It's on Prime. It's on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
It's funny. It's pretty low stakes, but there's also a little bit of like spookiness there. A little bit of a sort of like, you know, we're going to solve a mystery each episode that's going to track with the YouTube video that he's going to post. And so it's kind of formulaic in that way. And it's yeah, I would say it's not quite as polished and awesome as when they team up with Simon Pegg, but it is good, and I will keep
when they
watching
team
it.
up with Edgar Wright.
Right, when they team up with Edgar Wright, it's awesomeness. I would say all the Cornetto trilogy films are.
Well, I'm glad to see that there's something new with Nick Frost, and it seems like it's maybe more Nick Frost than Simon Pegg.
Yes, Simon Pegg.
No,
as I
no
say,
Edgar Wright at
supporting.
all. Yeah,
no, not
and
connected.
to me, it seems like it's just good to see something with Nick Frost. You know, that he can be have his
a good vehicle for him.
Thing.
Yeah,
I do feel a little worried that, like, you know, Simon Pegg, he's like Mission Impossible, he's Star Trek, he's in all these huge things. I mean, and he is great, and I'm glad he is in all these things. But
yeah,
what about his old buddy Nick Frost?
Old Nick Frost. Yeah. Well, here they are, still collaborating.
Good.
8 episodes are out on Prime now. Check them out.
Okay. Well, I'll check them out. I think that it's always fun to see something else to stream, and I think I might stream it.
Stream it away. And that seems, speaking of streams, like a pretty good place to stop.